This is football analysis, and I'm here with.
Arsenal.
All right, concerning today's match, how do you feel?
I feel very impressive with the performance of the boys. I feel so good. That is what I want. The momentum. Let's keep moving. Let's keep moving. We need to win. Every match should be played like a final. So I feel so good about the match today.
All right, concerning the penalty that happened, the penalty incidents on Havertz, do you think it's a penalty? Because people are saying it's a controversial penalty.
Of course, that shouldn't have been a controversial penalty. But then Havertz caused this. The ball should have been a very, very fine goal. It should have been scored without even causing any penalty, any debate, any this and that. Should have scored that ball. But then he had to just take it to the left hand. Though it was a penalty, but a very, very light one. Yes, I will call it a very, very light penalty that you call it a penalty as a referee. You have to decide. Yes, it is a penalty. It is not a penalty. It is left to the referee because the VAR has checked it. They checked it thoroughly and they spent at least more than 2 minutes checking it. So of course, and their decision was made. So who are we to say no? It has been made. So nothing to debate about.
Do you think Arsenal can keep the momentum going?
Yes, now you can see the boys now. You can see the spirit. You can see what is happening. Every single goal scored. You see what they are hungry for more. They want to score more goals. Even though we created a lot of chances today, and the boys didn't score. I don't know what's wrong. We should have scored more than 2 goals in the first half. Should have been at 3 goals up, and just feel relaxed and let's just balance up in second half. But then chances were being jeopardized by the guys. Sisaka, like 2 chances. Even this guy Trossard and even Havertz, he should have just scored all these goals. We need more goals. Anything can happen. You can see the table. You can see what's happening there. The race is between Manchester City and Arsenal at the moment now. That's what I would say. Any other team is a leftover. I don't care. Even if you tell me you're still in the race, of course it's obvious. Everybody can see it. You can see that the race is between Manchester City and Arsenal. So I don't care whatsoever anybody is going to say about that because you can see what is happening. And Manchester City have 2 outstanding, and it is very, very, very clear to everybody that pressure will be more on Manchester City. Yes, because they have 2 outstanding.
Because we play before they play.
Yes, I've already played and I've won my matches. So, of course, I'm still at the safer side at the moment. Even though they have 2 outstanding, yes, anything can happen. And you can see their fixtures. Though everybody is saying their fixtures is more lighter than Arsenal. You can see we're left with 2. Our last 5 matches now, you can see, except the one we played against Aston Villa that we lost to Aston Villa. You can see the rest. We're saying we are just going to pick 13 points out of how many our last 10 matches. We're going to pick 23 points. You can see what's happening. Just one match. We've lost just one match out of the last I think 11 matches or 10 matches that we were talking about earlier. So you can see what is happening. Arsenal just need to keep with the momentum. And the pressure will still be on Manchester City, no matter what, no matter how experienced they are, no matter how good they are. Pressure will still be on them because something like this has happened to Manchester City before, and you can see it's same thing that is similar. So pressure will be on them.
All right. At some point, Bournemouth came into the game by 1 goal and was disallowed. What can you say about that goal? Was that a goal?
Of course, they will come into the game and they are going to leave. Once you come, you spend like 10 minutes or then you leave. They will take over back. Of course, we are more dominant than Bournemouth. They scored a goal, a controversial goal. You can see what happened. You looking at that. It was a foul. Let me say it is similar to what happened against Manchester City and I don't know, they played against who, or if I can remember, a goal that was scored by dissect that was later VAR checked it and it was disallowed. It was something similar to that. You can see the player, he didn't go for the ball. He went for the keeper. Then he gave him it was a slightly push, and any contact, the contact board, yes, we know, but then it was a push there. So of course, and the VAR checked it. He pushed Raya. If he didn't push Raya would have held the ball and it would have been a very, very, very nice save for him. But then he pushed him, which made him to punch the ball out, and then it led to a goal. So they had to check it and okay, what's wrong? What happened? what happened? Why did he punch ball? What happened in the box 18? So and they checked it and it was a foul. So people were shouting, it was not supposed to be a foul. Why would they disallow the goal? Of course, people are just talking from their own perspective. They are not looking at the games. That's just sentiment. I don't blame them because it is Arsenal.
All right, looking at the last match Arsenal played, do you remember that some same incident happened where Ben White had to, guide the keeper for keeper not to go for the ball and later push the keeper down. Then Arsenal scored and the goal was awarded.
That's a different case. Push the keeper. When White pushed the
He
keeper,
was guiding the keeper for keeper not to go for the ball.
It is not.
And the keeper fell and they scored and Arsenal scored and the goal was allowed.
Of course, you have to disturb the keeper. This is stance. It is not. You are not disturbing the keeper. This is a push. It was a set piece. It was a corner kick for Arsenal the last match, and Ben White has been this player, this particular player in the squad that is always disturbing the goalkeeper. So it is duty of Ben White to disturb the goalkeeper. It is now left to the goalkeeper. Do you want him to disturb you? Will you allow him? Push him away. It is your box 18. You can do and undo inside your box 18. Do you understand? So this is very different from what Ben White did in the last match, and it is very, very different. It is crystal clear. No debate about that. No debate. It is different from what Ben White has been doing and the way he has been disturbing the keeper. So I don't think there should be any controversy about that.
All right. Another assist for Declan Rice. Do you consider him a great signing or a turning point signing for Arsenal this season?
I told you earlier. I don't know when, but I told you earlier on this show. I told you Declan Rice worth every penny. Worth every penny. You can see a goal and assist today from a midfielder. Bravo. Kudos to him. He has been impactful. Has been focused. He knows what he wants. He came into the team and he has been delivering. What else do you need? Not until you spend more than 100 million, sign a good player, sign a player that can impact. Don't sign player that will be turning, that will be making 360 in your midfield, that will just make wrong passes. Sign player that will change your team, that will make a team that, okay, someone left and there should be a replacement. There should be a replacement. He was signed to replace Zaka, and the signing has been a perfect one for us.
Improved version of that.
Improve, you can see. Anytime he lose the ball, you just go for the ball. You can see his energy going and coming. You can see the playing at the middle. So not by wasting money and just telling us you are building a team, you are building that. Yes, you can see just a perfect signing for Arsenal.
All right. You're saying not by wasting money. Are you, in any way referring to Chelsea?
Of course, you can see if you check through the Premier League, one of the, will I say, one of the biggest team also in London. Some of them spend money, while some didn't waste much because they know what they are doing. Some just spend money like, okay, they feel they have. Okay, because you feel you have, you can just buy anything. You have to buy quality. Don't just buy waste products. Buy something that can deliver. Don't buy something that will haunt you. So they start blaming yourself for buying. Instead of buying, then.
So they bought because Arsenal.
I don't know. I'm not in race for anybody. If I see a player, okay, I want this player. If you feel like, okay, you want to buy it also, go for it. I know the reason why I want to sign. It's left for you. Go for it then.
So are you in any way saying that Enzo or Cancelo is nowhere to be compared to?
I didn't mention any player. I don't know why you're mentioning Enzo and Cancelo.
You said one of the clubs in London.
Yes, of course. West Ham is in London. Tottenham is in London. Who again? I think Fulham also is in London.
But none of them signed the players worth 100 million.
Do you think? Oh, maybe if you think so. Maybe if you think it's Caicedo I'm referring to or Enzo. Of course you should know without me mentioning names. Yes.
Put your hand on your chest and say, "This is." I'm talking about Cancelo.
Don't worry about that. That is a topic for another day. They are just my, they're just my baby for now. You can see what I did to them in this season, so I don't need to deliberate much on that. You have to look at the next match. Trash the next agenda. All
right, moving on. Man City is playing Wolves and the rest. What do you think about that match? Do you want them to go ahead or do you want them to be stalled at this point?
Of course, I told you earlier. I told you that Manchester City right now, pressure, they have much pressure on them. Having that outstanding doesn't mean okay, having outstanding, yes, Arsenal have played more than us. Pressure will be on them. Two outstanding. Yes, they are playing to in the today. They are playing today, they are playing to us. Anything can happen. This is football. But I believe they should win because they're also in the race. So they should not slack. They should also win. But then I don't care. But I know and I have this feeling that something will happen. That is why Arsenal kept that momentum because they feel like okay, our last match against Everton, that is when we will be giving the the trophy to be handed over to Martin Odegaard and we are going to lift it. Yes, I said it today. They are going to play Fulham. They are playing Wolfham. That Wolfham also has arm. They are playing Tottenham and they are also playing arm. And I know one of those arm is going to harm them. Just watch, wait and see. One of them is going to do it for me. And I believe they are in London. My London babies, Fulham, West Ham and Tottenham. One of them is going to deliver. The same thing, I know Manchester United, they have agenda. They are my next match. Let them come. I of course, yes, I will do it again. I did it and I will do it again at my Emirates. I will do it at Old Trafford. I don't care. Check our last 5 matches against Manchester United. I win. Do they have any win? I think just one win. The rest is I don't want to go into that. But then nothing will happen. I'll trash Manchester United.
Right. So any draw or any mistake from Man City is off.
Yes, any mistake, any draw. I just need one draw for them because my Manchester United Everton is a bypass for me. 6 points. I have the 6 points already, but it has not been calculated. Of course. And I know if Manchester City should just draw a match, that is the end of it.
All right. Thank you so much for your time. Please, guys, if you're watching, keep watching and don't forget to follow us on all social media handles at Football Analysis and also subscribe to our YouTube channel. Thank you guys for watching and see you on the next one.